one. Okay, so just I ask you what is the cloud. So I just given you one scenario. In the previous days we was investing lots of money front, right? You
Yeah.
whatever company you are working, possibly they have purchased the server and they leverage all the cost, and something goes wrong, they are getting so much loss. They don't know they are going to get the profit or not, right? So this kind of thing, like you are investing, there are terminologies, capex and opex. You will get to know about them. So what is the cloud? I want some computing resource, right? So
Okay.
cloud is like you would like to have on-demand computing resource. If you would like to have the laptop, you need to invest the money to purchase the laptop, right? If I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the laptop on the rent, you will be happy enough. Yeah, yeah, fine. Yeah, I can purchase the laptop on rent. Suppose anybody charging you 5,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees per month laptop, you will be quite happy. Instead of investing 80,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees upfront, you are happy to pay 2,000 rupees per month, right? So this
Yeah.
is you are getting computing resource. The same thing if you see the ability to rent the computing resources on demand. So I need some computing resource which is nothing but the cloud, right? I would like to start my business. I having some clients. I would like to make my application public. I would like to deploy my application over the servers. Such kind of facilities I'm going to get on demand whenever the requirement is there. That things
Yeah.
nothing but the cloud. I hope you got the visibility about it, right? You're
Yeah.
renting things. You was staying in a rented flat. It's quite birthful for you because you were not thought of ki I will stay some particular means for a long time in particular place, right? So you was
Okay.
renting the house. The same kind of concept. Now everything is in on rent. You can take cooler on rent. You can take a laptop on rent. Everything
Yeah.
is possible on the rent. The same kind of thing. We are providing the computing resource to you over the rent. This is nothing but the cloud computing. Okay.
Cloud com. Okay.
Yeah, got the visibility now. So what exactly we are going to get as part of cloud computing? So we are going to have the 100,000 plus services we having as part of the cloud computing. It's not like less services. We having 1,000 plus services. Now, what do you mean by service? I'm saying something I would like to have. Suppose I'm saying, let me give you some very basic example. You may heard about the flash shell, right? Flipkart
Yeah.
having the flash shell. Okay, maybe for 3 days or 4 days. Now, what is happening in the Flipkart website? Usually, there is a 1 lakh people are visiting per day, suppose. Okay, but whenever
Yeah.
the sale is happening, 50 lakh people are visiting in a single day. Then, how exactly Flipkart is able to deal with so many customers at a time? And server should not be down, right? It should be always up and running. So,
Yeah.
automatically, Flipkart increasing their capacity whenever they have the flash sale. They're decreasing capacity whenever they don't have the flash sale. Possibly in the day traffic is suppose 1 lakh customer, but in the night possibly 10,000 customer, then I'm wasting my resources, right? I'm just you understand my point, right? What I'm trying to say. So those kind of services we having, which is going to help you out to increase your capacity, to decrease your capacity. Here some terminology is there, scale in, scale out, right? So
Okay.
that get to know. So those many services we having as part of the cloud. So many standards are being followed till this point of time, if you understand. Maybe small organization or big companies may not able to follow those much standards, but Microsoft, Amazon, Oracle, IBM also having the cloud, right? I hope you are aware about it. So
Yeah.
all having the cloud, but some are very quite famous because they have provided so many things in a more advanced manner, right? So let's proceed further. Okay, certification path. What is the certification path? So this is a very fundamental thing which you were able to see. Azure fundamentals. Okay, this is optional also. If you would like to get certified for the what to say for the administrator, okay, or if you would like to get certified for the DevOps or developer, whatever the role you would like to have, you need to get some certification in advance. It's not like this. It's optional for you. If you would like to get certified, it's fine. If you don't want to get certified, it's fine. But getting DevOps certified, definitely you should have any one of the certification. Possibly you should have the administration or possibly you should have the developer kind of certification, right? So this is the path, but most of time nowadays I have seen people are simply not focusing to get the certification hierarchy. And whatever they are doing, they are simply focusing on the dumps, whatever the dumps they are getting. If their preparation is good, if they understand, if they get to know, okay, this person got certified, they are immediately scheduling the exam or within a month completing the exam. So dump is going to help you out in this way. But this is not going to help you out because once you will keep the certification as part of LinkedIn profile or maybe as part of your resume, and once they will ask the questions, then there will be no worth of those certifications, right? I hope you got the visibility. So fundamental, associate, and expert. So if you would like to become the inspector, definitely you should be sub-inspector or maybe havaldar. It's dependent on which kind of post you have joined, right? The same kind of thing. If you would like to become expert, first of all, you should have the associate kind of understanding. Got the
Yes.
visibility? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. You will get to know that fundamental is not only for the person who are working in the technical. So fundamental can work worthful for the people's like lawyers can go for fundamentals, like any kind of person from any background, maybe the sales, marketing. Why exactly like this? Because anyhow, anyway, in the future, you will able to see most of applications are being migrated and those tools are running over the clouds only. So nowadays, you may heard about the Azure Devops. Why not only a DevOps? Why Azure Devops? Because now cloud is providing the DevOps facility to you. You are not supposed to use the individual one. Now you
Yeah.
have more control over the tools instead of paying the amount for individual things. Suppose I'm saying you have taken the certification or you have taken the license of the Oracle DB. You're supposed to use only Oracle DB, right? You have only taken the subscription of one particular product. But whenever you're going through the cloud, you have lots of things with you. You can take the license and it will be less costly to you instead of individual product. So that kind of thing you will be able to observe as part of the cloud. You're going to get the bunch of things in a one go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's proceed. Yeah, okay, fine. And now what if things are going to be happen like how I just told you how exactly you are going to learn about the AG900. So we have seen like we are going to discuss about the concept of the cloud, then we will discuss about the Azure services, and then we will discuss about the security, privacy, compliance, and the trust. Okay, I would like to ask one question here. What do you understand from privacy and compliance? What is your understanding? Maybe I can say what is your understanding for those four particular words: security, privacy, compliance.
Secure
Yeah.
security. It means like, suppose if any organization, okay, so if anybody from outside, if he wants to access your application or your software inside your company, so
Mm-hmm.
basically we are giving some firewall in that, so that
Mm-hmm.
that particular guy or whoever like trying to access our applications or servers, so he
Mm-hmm.
can't access. So for
Right.
that we are maintaining firewall, so it comes under security.
Okay. So there should be a different level of security, like security groups you may heard about instance level security, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
outside network security. I can
Yes.
give you one very basic example. Suppose I would like to um, do some nonsense over the Flipkart website. Okay, Flipkart website capacity is 1 lakh customer per day.
Yeah.
Flipkart is maintaining that much resources only. Now somebody is some hacker is there, some person is there who having some tools who is creating some dummy traffic over the Flipkart. Okay, Flipkart servers may push themselves from 1 lakh to 10 lakh because they have this such kind of configuration. So what
Yeah.
I'm creating some dummy request to destroy your resources, to fail your servers, right? You have seen IRCTC not working, Covin
Yeah.
website not working,
Not
things
working.
are getting failed, right? Servers are getting down. So those
Yeah.
things is called attack. So DDoS kind of attacks, it's basic, very basic common kind of attack. That kind of attacks, the basic things is going to be covered as part of the security things. Yeah, it's
Security.
partially fine, but you will get to know more about it as part of the club. Okay, what do you understand from the privacy?
Privacy means like we are, suppose for example in an organization there are different team. Okay, so
Mhm,
for each and every team there is having some different documentation,
mhm,
different password, ID password and all. Okay, so
mhm,
we will not share this documentation, or you for example you can say share folder access. Okay,
mhm,
so
mhm,
in same team there are two types of team. In that one team will can't access the another team share folder, means
mhm,
it is a
mhm,
privacy, means I'm
mhm.
not sharing my data or document to another team, like that. So
Okay.
basically we are maintaining the privacy, whatever plannings, whatever the SOPs documentations we are preparing, we are not sharing to others, like that.
Mhm, mhm.
For that we are maintaining privacy.
Okay.
Okay,
I can see the
compliance.
access level, kind of, right?
Yeah, access level I'm kind of I'm
Authentication
telling.
versus authorization. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have authentication to log in into the server, but you are not authorized to delete any file or to access any particular file,
Yes.
right? To
Yes. Yes.
update any file. So that
Yeah.
kind of things you will see. It's all about role also. What kind of role you having? You having admin role, or you have the user role, or what kind of group you are, right? That
Yes,
kind of you will able to observe as part of the privacy. Okay, what do you
yes.
understand from compliance?
Complaints means like, for example, we are saying some complaints issue means
Mm-hmm.
uh, like you are sharing your ID and password to other, okay, other guys. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like complaints issue. So
Mm-hmm.
at that time, company will verify who gave the password of that particular server, or who gave the password of particular Active Directory, or anyone to, like, means if you are sharing your ID password to someone, so it
Mm-hmm.
comes under compliance issue. You
Okay.
can't, according to the policy of company, you can't share your ID password to anyone, right? Like that.
So, yeah, so first of all, compliance it comes under the standards actually. Okay. So I
Okay.
can say the company level some standards are there, government level some standards are there. Like you have seen that TikTok got banned. Why
Yeah.
exactly TikTok got banned in India? Because TikTok servers was in China. They was not in
China.
India actually.
Yeah.
As part of the policy of each and every country, your server data center should be there as part of your regional location, right?
Regional.
So
Yeah.
even
Correct.
if you heard about the Europe having strict policy to not
Yeah.
having any kind of outsider things inside the Europe. Means
Okay.
Europe business servers should be stay in Europe only. So such
Yeah.
kind of things which is enforced by the government, which is enforced by the companies comes under the compliance. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the way you are answering it's good, but anyhow, anyway, it's messing up between the privacy and compliance, right? You're not supposed to share your password, which comes under the privacy. But what
Privacy.
is the compliance? Compliance is overall are recommendations which is given by the government and some other mandatory, some other recommended, right? This
Okay.
comes under the compliance. And now come
Yes.
talk about the trust. What do you understand from trust?
Uh, trust. Trust means like,
Mm-hmm. Okay, now let me give
uh,
you that. No
yeah,
problem.
in terms
Eh,
of company, we can say like,
Mm-hmm.
uh, actually, I'm confused because it's like complaints or trust between.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me give you the idea. No problem at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was talking about such kind of thing like companies having the concern ki my data will be secure in the cloud or not, right? Maybe
Okay.
I'm keeping some data over the cloud, or maybe my information, my client information will be revealed, which is not supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
You don't have trust over the cloud, right? So
Yeah.
how exactly cloud vendors will provide you the trust? They will have the third party kind of certifications about the securities, right? Not only they are providing you with the confirmation, third party securities are there. They're going to publish the journals. They are going to say you how much better mechanism we are using, how exactly we are making your data secure enough, right? Nobody can simply crack your data. Nobody simply going to lose your data, right? They
Data.
are going
Yeah.
to some high availability, that kind of trust. There is a one separate portal there. You will see as part of the Microsoft how exactly they can gain the trust of their client to continue with the cloud, to have more number of client as part of the cloud. That kind of things you will understand as part of trust. Okay,
Trust.
like
Okay.
you cannot trust on me blindly. That is for sure. You may take some time to trust on me. How
Mm.
exactly once you will interact with me, once you will involve with me, once you will identify, yeah, I'm getting some inputs or I'm improving in myself, definitely
Yeah.
you will trust on me. Trust is not like I can say you will take the trust and you will take the trust. It's not like this, right? The same
Yes.
kind of thing Microsoft have to show to their clients why you are supposed to use my cloud, how exactly
Okay.
you will use the cloud, how exactly I'm going to secure you, how exactly there will be no failure. If in case of failure, how exactly I'm going to deal with the things. That kind of
Things.
trust you will able to object. Okay. Now Azure pricing and support, you are well aware about how exactly Azure pricing and support is going to be happen. Like I'm going to tell you which kind of services you are using. So
Okay.
like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, or software as a service. Okay.
Yeah.
So that kind of things you will able to observe. So I hope so till this point of time we have discussed things in a better way to understand, but you are able to map the things slowly, right? How exactly
Yes.
we categorize our knowledge as part of the cloud. Okay.
Cloud.
Now, if I talk about the AG900 certification, actually before the pandemic, it was 99 USD actually. Okay. But
Okay.
after the pandemic, they have reduced the standard size, which is now in Indian rupees 3,500 something, and after applying all the GST everything, it's near to 4,500. Okay,
Okay.
So, but it's now totally free of cost. And I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to share the link how exactly you can enroll yourself for the training. Actually, there are 4 hours of training going to be conducted from the Microsoft. That is the event. So you
Okay.
need to attend the event. Once you will attend the event, you will be eligible enough to your mail ID will get eligibility to schedule your exam. Once you will schedule exam, you can attempt your exam. So that kind of things you will observe. That is free of cost for you. Okay.
Okay.
There is no money associated with the certification. I will help you out how to get certified. If you are furthermore interested to go for other certification which are lifetime valid and which are giving much more exposure about the cloud instead of straightforward for the Azure administration. Before that, also you would like to make your pillar very strong enough and would like to have some X. You may have gone through the LinkedIn profile 3x certified, 4x certified,
Yeah.
right? People are
Yeah.
giving kind of X. X means number of time. So number of
Number of
time
time.
only same certification, different certification from the same vendor. So like I
Yeah.
can see 4x certified in the Azure, like this I can
Yeah.
see. Yeah, 5x
Yeah.
certified in the Oracle. So
Uh,
like this, you can also get certified and you can confidence enough and then you can proceed further for the rest of the certification as well. So I can give you the assurance like it will not be much more difficult for you once you have the basic idea about the cloud, or you can easily earn 5 to 6 certification in the cloud if you will keep 3 months of hard work, then definitely you can earn it. Okay. Now come to the day one. Day one, nothing but the module one I'm just talking about. Okay. So what do you mean by now there is a certification. Definitely that certification will have some weightage from some particular what to say from modules, right? So there is
yeah.
a 50 to 20% of weightage will be there for your certification as part of AG 900 from the first. So this is the first module. From this module, the weightage will be 15 to 20% means the question will come. So total near about 44 question will come, 44 to 45. It depend on every time questions are changing like 40, sometimes 40, 41 to 45. Okay, and you will
Okay.
have 2 hours of time. So it will you can complete your exam in real life 20 minutes only. I
Yeah.
complete 20 minutes. So it's not like AWS examination, which is really going to take 2.5 hours of time. It's very easy exam. You can easily understand. You can complete in 20 minutes only. So it's up to us how much comfortable we are, what level you are preparing. Okay. So let's
Okay.
proceed further. So what exactly the thing will be there as part of your 15 to 20% weightage. So I just discussed about some of the benefits and consideration like I talked about high availability or scalability, elasticity, agility, fault tolerance, and disaster recovery. Those are the terminologies which are available as part of the cloud. Those terminologies you are able to observe, right?
Yes.
The principle of economy of scales. So we are going to see capex versus opex, right? Capex
Okay.
means capital expenses. OPEX
Expense.
means operational expenses.
Operational
There
expense.
also, yeah, there also you will see upfront cost high or low. How exactly you are going to see the things. Yeah. So
Okay.
the terminology you can see here clear cut. Capex means capital expenditure and OPEX means operational expenditure. So if I talk
Expense.
about that on-premises infrastructure, right, which is we are using as part of companies, so that is capex plus opex. You have invested the money to have the server, then you are investing money to run the servers also, right? So
Okay.
that is so you in case
Running comes under operational expenditure, right?
right. Running comes under operation expenses, right. So suppose company is paying you the money to keep their servers up and running, right? So that it
Yeah.
comes under the OPEX. But anyhow, anyway, they have invested some money to have the servers, right? That it comes under the CapEx. But in the cloud, both concepts are going to be applicable because you are not simply operating the server. You are supposed to reserve some particular instances. I am telling you, like Flipkart is having 1 lakh traffic maintaining servers. Suppose they are maintaining 10 servers for 1 lakh traffic, right? And
Yeah.
definitely they should reserve some servers. So capex concept is there, but it will not be that much expensive for you. Once you are reserving the instances, it will be near to 60% to 70% less costly for you. Once you are having the commitment, okay, I'm going to take the services for 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year. Like this, you are going to see that things, yeah. And
Okay.
you will see the consumption based model means how much you are consuming, that much only you need to pay. You're not supposed to pay much money. How much you are using, that much you need to pay. right? That
Yeah.
kind of things. So even you can think about the internet plan you are taking. Okay, I think 500 GB will be sufficient for me for the entire month. Okay, but
Yes.
really you are using 200 GB only, not 500 GB, but you don't have any other plan which is providing 200 GB. So that
Yeah.
kind of problem will not be there. You will see here so many categories are there as part of your usability. You can have different kind of plans based on consumption, right? Pay
Okay.
as you go model is there, and hour basis consumption model is there, minute basis, second basis consumption model, all kind of models you are able to see. I
Okay.
even discussed about the different categories like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So
Okay.
infrastructure, like you're dealing with the infrastructure, you are the administration, right? You're doing administrative kind of work. So you're working as an infrastructure as a service, right? But the
Yes.
developers are working with the platform as a service, and the end user, suppose I'm talking about any user, right? That
Okay.
is just the students are using MS Excel, or maybe HRs are using Excel per PowerPoint. Those are the software as a service. You will understand how exactly which kind of service, what is the actual difference between all those service types, that you will also understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now come to the cloud categories. So we have all three kind of cloud. I told you like private cloud is there, public cloud is there, and hybrid cloud is there. And how exactly those three clouds are different from each other, and how exactly for which cloud you are supposed to go. It's your decision. You will get to know the visibility about it, right? So this is the very first section of the cloud. Okay, let's
Cloud.
proceed. So now terminology, high availability. What do you understand from high availability?
High availability.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not understanding. High
Okay, no
availability.
problem, no problem. Yeah. So let me tell you very basic thing. Okay. You are using the Facebook. Have you observed it's down anytime, any point of time?
Facebook.
Facebook, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you observed it's down, it's not working?
Yeah. Sometimes it is not working. Sometimes it is
Mhm.
working like that. I
Have
on
you seen the
some.
Google say down, Google, you are not able to search over the Google, or Microsoft websites are down. Have you observed such kind of thing? No, now
Mm,
mostly
no. No.
case they are not down,
Mostly, yes.
right?
No. They are not down. Yeah.
Right, right. So high availability means see, whenever I'm talking about the cloud, you can directly interrelate with the company, Microsoft or AWS or Oracle, whatever the company you can. Maximum time, what you would like to have, your website should be up and running, right? Your application should be up and running. So most of
Okay.
time, the application should be up and running. This is nothing but the high availability, right? You're not
Yeah.
supposed to have your server down. But in the banking app, suppose you are using ICICI Bank or HSBC Bank, you are getting some notification over the weekend. We are migrating our service for the maintenance purpose, so you may feel
Yeah.
the right that
Actually I'm getting some mails like this, like we are migrating the server. We
right
are
right.
um, like deploying the patch like that.
Hmm,
I'm getting
hmm, hmm. Right, right.
mails. Yeah.
Hmm. So that is the actually, so they are not maintaining that much high availability, but some of the critical applications are there. If I talk about the transaction management, right? So we are,
Yeah.
if you are, your server is getting down for 1 minute also, you can have $1 trillion of loss, right? So some
Yeah.
servers really would like to have the high availability. So that kind of thing you will able to observe. What is the definition? I can say the express as a percentage. It's the ability of the system to respond to the user. If you hit the URL of google.com, it should be respond immediately. It's always
Yeah.
up and running, right? You're hitting the
Yeah.
youtube.com, you're hitting the AWS or whatever the website, Amazon or Flipkart. They should be most of time up and running. That is comes under the high availability,
High availability.
right? And that is we are indicating through the percentage. Okay, so what I'm saying, the high availability, like I'm saying, in an entire month I'm supposed to be off down maximum for 4 minutes. So you are going to see how much high availability I'm maintaining in an entire month. Maximum 4 minutes of downtime is possible only, not more than this. So you are going to see
Okay.
the SLA. Maybe you are working with some SLA, right? Your
Yeah. Yeah.
application,
Service level agreement means like,
right, right. That you are
for
going to.
example, yeah.
Hmm,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
tell
there
me.
is, for example, some users are uh, like we are getting some incident. Okay.
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
So
hmm,
at that time, incident tickets kind of thing. Okay.
hmm, hmm,
So at
hmm,
that time, there is a some SLA like
hmm,
2
hmm,
hours, 3 hours. Okay.
hmm, hmm,
You have to
hmm.
resolve the issues in this 3 hours only.
Right,
They are
right.
going beyond means they are charging like that, like
Right,
putting the
right,
fine.
right. So the
Yeah.
same kind of thing is here to maintain the high availability. How exactly it means Azure is going to help you out, right? So that thing you are going to observe how exactly we are able to achieve the high availability. But as of now, you should understand the terminology. High availability means most of time your server should be up and running. Got the visibility? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what is the high availability we are providing? Like if you look into the Dettol also, they are saying 99.99%, right?
Yes,
Nobody is
yes.
saying 100%. So
Yeah,
why nobody is saying 100%? Because anyhow, anyway,
point
those are
one percent.
machine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you proceed?
yeah. 0.1% is only that.
Right, right.
Yeah,
0.1% only. That 0.1% is 4 minutes per month. So how the maximum high availability is 99.99%. Right?
correct.
This is the thing you may observe. So this is the this kind of thing you are able to observe how exactly you can achieve because you need to do the configuration to get that much high availability, right? Your servers
Yes.
will be up and running once you will do that much configuration for them. Then only this kind of high availability is possible, right? So
Yeah.
that you are going to see how exactly we are going to achieve as part of the Azure. Okay. Now come out under the scalability. Okay, can you please give me any idea if you have any idea about the scalability?
Scalability. Uh, Scalability also I don't know.
Okay, no problem. So,
Scalability means like
mhm.
um, how much durable it is, like how much that
No,
particular
no.
cloud.
Scale it's not durable. Durable is different thing actually. If I talk about durable, like you're saying iron is much more durable than plastic.
Reliable. Yeah, yeah, like
Reliability.
that.
No, it's not also comes under reliability. It's about pushing your limits. If I talk about right, like I was talking about, ki, like ki in Flipkart having the 1 lakh customer per day kind of traffic, right? So
Yeah,
you have maintained your application to have the traffic maintained, right? You are scaling your application based on the traffic. Right, you are
correct.
scaling your application, you are increasing the capacity of the servers, you're decreasing the capacity of the servers as part of the requirement, right? The scalability works manually actually. Manually, you have to increase the capability.
Yeah,
So like this particular thing will run for this much amount of time and this much users will come, this much traffic will come. So you're going to have that much capability only. Okay.
correct.
And you know about the traffic. So
Yeah,
you need some experience to understand such kind of thing, or you need to have some knowledge about it. Okay, how much traffic is coming over my servers to I need to keep those my servers available and up and running, right? That comes under the scalability. That is the manual thing actually. Manually, you have to increase the scalability. Yeah. So if you see
yeah,
the ability of the system to handle the growth of the users or the work. So I'm saying if you are like your traffic is going to be increased, right? So you are
yeah,
maintaining some scalability. But scalability is not going to help you out that much manner. How exactly? Let me tell you. 1 lakh customers are there per day over the Flipkart, right? But
yes.
sometimes customer may go for 2 lakh, maximum customer 2 lakhs, right? Now
Mhm.
you have scaled your system to push his limit from 1 lakh to 2 lakh, but not more than 2 lakh, right? And what is
Yeah,
going to happen? It's going to fail, right? So
yeah, yeah,
this
correct.
things comes under the scalability. It will scale automatically, but
Yeah,
at certain point of time it will be collapse, right?
collapse.
So that
Yeah,
kind of thing you need to know. You need to know some knowledge. Okay, fine. I'm expecting 50% more traffic will come, or maybe 25% more traffic will come, or 35% more traffic will come. So you have observed an entire week. Okay, this much traffic came as part of my website. So possibly I'm able to see the fluctuation in the traffic.
yeah,
Sometimes traffic is coming low, sometimes traffic is coming high, right? So you're going to maintain some number of servers to maintain the traffic, right? So
yeah.
automatically growing your servers, but that is the manual process. Okay. So
Yes.
if talking about here, if I'm saying this is the maximum capability, suppose I'm saying 1 lakh customers are there and you have configured your server to support till 5 lakh customer,
Yeah,
but some traffic came to 6 lakh, and
yeah,
automatically this is the point where your application is getting failed. This is the problem with the scalability. Got the
scalability.
visibility? Your servers are
Okay,
getting crashed. So this is comes
crash.
under scalability. Now, if I talk about the elasticity one of the best thing. What is the best thing? It is automatically going to increase and automatically going to decrease also.
Decrease.
If you
Yeah,
have 10 customer also, it is automatically going to increase. No need to have any calculation, no need to have any pre-assumptions or need to identify when traffic is low or less. Automatically, it is going to maintain at his level. Okay. If
yes.
10 customers are there, no problem, I can deal. If there is 10 lakh customers also there, that is not problem, I can deal, right? But
Yeah,
for this thing also, you need to reserve some instances that you will understand. But as of now, you can have your understanding. Like suppose you have reserved some particular 10 servers, or the maximum traffic will be 10 servers, so till it will push till that level. Okay, if you
Yeah.
have not purchased more server, definitely you need to contact Microsoft. You need to take some more number of servers. Then things are going to work out. Servers nothing but the virtual machine. So that you
Virtual.
will understand. I'm not right now digging so much because you should have some basic understanding about the terminology, right? So
Terminal.
elasticity, the ability of the system to automatically grow and sink. So we are able to see it's growing but not sinking, right?
Yeah.
Sinking is not getting down.
Yeah.
Means servers are always running for 1 lakh customer, but it is not running for 10 lakh 10,000 customers. Sometimes traffic may be only 10,000, right? So I'm
Yes.
getting lost because my computing source are available, but I'm not utilizing it in a proper way, which is ideal, right? So I need to have such kind of system where my traffic should increase or decrease automatically. That is going to be happen based on the elasticity.
Elasticity.
And that is going to happen on demand. Your application is going to utilize in more better way. It is going to see if you see the capacity always increasing. There is no point of failure, right? Capacity increasing
Yeah.
automatic whenever the
Yes.
user demand is increasing. This is the advantage with elasticity. Now come
Yeah.
to the agility. Any idea about the agility?
Agility means like any time period. Like
Mhm.
for example, there should be limit in the normal whatever we are using, but in cloud there is no limit. It will be
Not like that.
maximum
Yeah, yeah. Actually,
extent we can use.
okay. Let me give you some idea. Have you heard about the agile methodology?
Yes. Yes. I know.
Yeah, so you may heard about the waterfall model, you may heard
Yes.
about
Yes.
the prior model. As part of your
Yes.
academic, you may heard got
Yeah. Yeah.
get about the SDLC, software development
Yes.
life,
Yes. Software
right?
development life
Same
cycle. Yeah.
kind of thing is agility here. You are ready to get change for anything, right? If you see the ability of the change rapidly based on the changes to the
Change.
market or the environment. So you see how agility is helping you out. If I talk about the agile model, your client is giving 1 week before some other request. Now he's requesting for something else. Okay,
Something. Yeah.
maybe 1 week before he was saying I would like to have one product. After 2 weeks, maybe he's saying I would like to have one more product. So client
Yes.
request is changing continuously. So
20.
like the same big requirements are changing. If you have seen 5 years before there was no UPI. Now UPI is coming into the picture, right? 5 years before there was no much demand for the third parties application which is providing much more offer to you, cashback kind of stuff you was not getting by doing any payment, right? But right now you are, if you see Amazon, if you see Paytm, they're providing some cashback to you if you're going to spend some money
Yes.
using the UPIs also, right? So
Mhm.
every time new features are coming into the picture. Now new concept has been developed where you are going to have the UPI transaction without internet as well. So now requirement change. If I don't have internet also, I would like to have the API or UPI transaction. That kind of
Yes.
requirement. So each and every time requirement is changing. And as part of the requirement, I'm also able to change. Right? Your manager was saying yesterday you would like to work as an administration, and maybe after 1 week, 15 days only, he is saying you need to work as a DevOps person.
DevOps.
You are
Yeah.
saying, okay, I'm ready to find, I'm fine. Whatever the changes are coming, I'm rapidly adapting the changes and proceeding with the changes. That's nothing but the agility. Got the visibility about the agility?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, fine. Fault tolerance. Any idea about the fault tolerance?
Means any mistakes. For
Yeah.
example, if any mistake is there, so
Mm-hmm.
here the tolerance will be very less, like around 1% or 0 point something. Like that.
Okay. Okay.
Means
Let me divide this word into two parts. Fault means mistake. Fault tolerance means tolerate. Okay.
okay.
So
Yeah.
if somebody doing some nonsense from your teammate, right? So anyhow, anyway, you have some patience to deal with it at some level. But after that, you are not able to manage the things, right? Things are getting beyond your limitation or your capacity, right? You cannot have that much patience. So fault tolerance means if anything going down, in that
Yeah.
way also you are able to work, you are able to proceed, right?
Yes.
It comes under the microservices. Like I'm saying, in a previous days, there were different kind of infrastructure was there. So like wave service model was there, or monolithic architecture was there, microservice architecture. If any service is going down,
Yeah.
your entire application should not be down. This is the
Yes.
advantage, right? How exactly you can understand as part of your administration activity. If your one server is down, your entire application should not be down, right? You may
Yes.
have some cluster concept. So you
Cluster.
have the one cluster running, other second. If one cluster goes down, other cluster is up and running. If that is also goes down to, you may have the North America cluster, you may have the South America clusters, right? Which are up
Okay.
and running.
Yeah.
So what is, if anything goes down, then also you can handle the things. Here we are talking about if anything goes down in terms of power, maybe there is no power supply, maybe some disaster came into the picture, right? So that kind
Yeah.
of thing, power, network failure or hardware failure, your entire server gone due to
Means
hardware. Yeah,
means active and passive kind of you are saying, right? If
yeah,
a
active and
particular
passive kind
server
of.
is active, so
Mhm.
it is working fine. If it is
Right.
not active, means it will go to inactive side,
Mhm.
cluster, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
cluster. Even that is I'm talking about in cluster, but in the real time also, suppose that is going down because we are making them down, possibly, right? So active passive communication, they're the same kind of thing we are talking about. Why, how exactly it goes down? How
Yes.
exactly active server goes down? Maybe due to network failure, due to
Yeah.
hardware failure, or maybe the power, right? Any
Power.
kind of failure because of
Yeah.
this only happen. But your entire application should not be have any effect, right? That it comes
Yes.
under the fault tolerance, the ability of the system to handle the faults like power, networking, or the hardware failures. Got the
Yes.
visibility? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Now, disaster recovery. Any idea about this terminology? Disaster
Ah,
recovery?
yes, yes, I will explain this one.
Tell me.
Disaster recovery. There is actually in our company there is two kind of server. One is
Mm-hmm.
primary location, one is secondary, means disaster recovery location. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So suppose if anything happen in Hyderabad, so
Right.
that particular application we are making means like a copy you can say to
Replica.
Chennai
Yeah.
server replica. So we
Mm-hmm.
are just making the copy of that same applications, same space to
Mm-hmm.
other location server like Chennai location server. We are
Right.
maintaining. So
Mm-hmm.
if there is some issue, it will come here. Means we
Mm-hmm.
are just maintaining the server so that we will not have some loss like big loss like.
Right, right. So actually, you're talking about the high availability anyhow. Anyway, it's perfectly fine. Let me map the things. So whenever you're Hyderabad having some, suppose Chennai most of time coming the cyclone, right? Chennai
Yeah.
server gone due to
Yes.
cyclone. Now
Right.
what is going to be happen? Your traffic is going to move to the Hyderabad location. So
Hyderabad.
in this way, in this kind of configuration, you are maintaining the high availability first of all. Yes or no?
Yes. I have. Yeah.
Now, what is happening? Maybe you are maintaining some replica, but I am not damn sure. You are not damn sure. Like Hyderabad and Chennai servers are perfectly in the sync with each other. Whatever the data is there in Chennai location, is it 100% will be available in Hyderabad location? Possibly, may having the 24 hour of time or maybe 12 hour of configuration. Okay, after 12 hours only they are going to sync together, right? So your
Yeah.
data
Yeah.
is going to be happen. Now, who is
Yes.
responsible to recover that data? Microsoft is responsible to recover that data using the cloud technology, right? You're going to
Yes.
recover. So it's
Yeah.
saying the ability of the system to recover from the failure within a period of time or how much the data is lost. So you're going to recover using in that some particular amount of time. You have means I was talking about the availability, John, right? So
Yes.
how much minute of downtime is possible and how much critical your application is and how much less critical your application is. So you will get some SLA. SLA nothing but the in how much amount of time my server should be up and available. I'm just talking about okay, traffic is moving to the Hyderabad, but maybe
Right.
I have scheduled the syncing between both of the location after 24 hours. So what is
Yeah.
happening now? My some data is there as part of Chennai servers, and now Chennai server need to be have the recovery of your data, right? So that
Yes.
kind of recovery need to be done. And this recovery need to be done in certain amount of time only. The way you have configured your server, the way you have taken the plan, right? Whatever the
Yes.
SLA is there. So if how much data you got lost, how exactly they are going to recover your data? That kind of recovery comes under the disaster recovery. The disaster recovery comes under the natural disasters, right?
Yes.
Earthquake or the what to say like a flood, all those kind of
Flood.
things,
Yeah.
right? Maybe
Correct.
some other problems, a cyclone, right? So those kind of things
Yeah.
will under the disaster recovery, where you are going to recover your data, right, in the
Yes.
certain amount of time. So this is
Amount
the
of.
thing. So you will understand ki, maybe I will give you some scenarios in the future. You will understand as part of your services. Like if you have, let me give you some idea. Suppose you have the 8 hours of time acceptable delay. Okay, within 8 hours you can do the recovery of my data. Suppose you are not
Yes.
able to recover my data within 8 hours, no, then it is
Okay.
going to be like I'm going to pay you.
Okay.
Microsoft is going to pay you for if I'm not able to do the things on time. This is the advantage with the cloud. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
Microsoft is going to pay you if they are not able to make them up and running all those things. You got the
Yeah.
visibility? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, economy of scale. So, economy of scale, let me tell you what do you understand from economy of scales. Actually, like I'm saying, you are using all those things, right? But how exactly it will be worthful for me? So let me see. So economic of scale, nothing but the how much you are going to get paid. You are going to pay to the Microsoft or any person. Let me give you some very basic example. Suppose you are maybe in a childhood or maybe going to some teachers, right? for taking the
Yeah.
tuition, and teachers
Yeah.
are going to charge you based on the how much students are coming to their class. Maybe 50 students are coming, they are providing some discount to you. If 40 students are coming, they are providing less discount to you. The same
Discount.
thing going to be happen in case of Microsoft.
Yeah.
Wherever they having much more availability on much more servers, much more data centers in a region, they're going to have the more cheaper services to you they
Yeah.
offering, right? So this is
Yeah.
the actually cost is going to refer or different from region to region. So India
Yeah.
region may have more cost because Indian peoples are using the less cloud. US may have less cost because US peoples are using more cloud. So it's a cheaper for the Microsoft to run the server than you can even achieve yourself. If I'm saying you are going to purchase the laptop, it may be 40,000 or 80,000 rupees of laptop.
Yeah.
Comes another this concept. Got the visibility?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So instead of you will invest into the infrastructure it will be much more costly to you. Even Microsoft will not have that much cost because Microsoft already managing the things. It's all about you're purchasing one laptop, you're purchasing 100 laptop. In 100 laptop, definitely you will get lots of advantage. You will have less amount need to pay, right? As part of 100 laptop. But single
Mm.
laptop will be much more expensive for you. The same thing. If data centers are going to be maintained by the Microsoft, it will be much more cheaper to Microsoft to offer you, right? But you cannot achieve from your side itself, right?
Yes. Correct.
Oh, fine. So now we are going to see the concept of capital expenses versus operation expenses. So what are the capital expenses? You are investing upfront, that is comes under the capital expenses, and
Okay.
whenever you're paying to run it, okay, even you have invested, but anyhow, anyway, it need to be up and running. So that is
Yeah.
comes under operational expenses. So capital
Operational.
is the money invested in assets like computers that runs investment over a time. So if I purchase the laptop worth rupees 80,000 rupees. Now I have invested the money, but I will get return after over the time, right? Maybe after
Yeah.
2 years uses or 5 years uses, then only it's worthful for me. But I have invested the money upfront. That is,
Yeah.
maybe I required it or not required it. The same kind of thing in case of vehicle also, right? Maybe you
Yes.
purchase invested the amount, but so that kind of investment you will do, but you will get investment return over the time, right? That is comes
Yes.
under the capex. What do you mean by OPEX? Operation money spent every day on the operating expenses. You are operating something, you are going
Yeah.
to get uh, you're going to get means you're paying the amount to run the services up and running. That is
Services.
the OPEX. Yeah.
Yeah.
Consumption based model. So we can see tomorrow, even you can see the like we have the pay per minute, pay per hour or pay per execution. We are going to
Paper.
see how the things are there. Actually, I need
Yeah.
to give you some basic idea, but yeah, consumption based model we can discuss. Consumption means actually I told you you need to purchase some instances, so you need to purchase some virtual servers, okay, for the
Okay.
1 year or 3 years. So that kind of thing is like you are paying for the number of years, okay, but you are
Yeah.
utilizing them. So like whenever you are paying for them for 3 years, that is the capex. You are
Yeah.
purchasing some particular of resources, right? Flipkart know ki I always need 100 servers which need to be up and running. So Flipkart is going to reserve the 100 servers for him. But out of 100 server, how many servers are need to be used on a daily basis, right? Or how
Yeah.
much amount of time it need to be used. So there are different kind of categories which are going to use it. So that kind of payment you will see pay per minute. You may heard about the Lambda functions. You may heard about the
Yeah.
Azure functions, right?
Yes.
Serverless computing. You may heard about that kind of things. Pay per execution. So as per each and every service, kind of payment system is there, right? So that
Yes.
we are going to see. So what exactly we are going to see tomorrow? We are going to see the infrastructure as a service. What is the infrastructure as a service? What is the platform as a service?
Yes.
What is the software as a
Software.
service? How exactly you can distinguish them? What is your responsibility? What is Microsoft responsibility? How exactly which service is much more worthful for you? That kind of things we are going to see. Okay. What is
Okay.
the public cloud? What is the private cloud? What is the hybrid cloud? For which cloud you
Yeah.
are supposed to
Um,
go? And what is much more advantage for you, right? That kind of thing you
okay.
are going to see tomorrow. And after this basic means the first module will be completed by tomorrow. So in this way we will go through the questions. Which
Yeah.
kind of means I will give you some scenarios, some situations. Okay,
Mm.
this is the situation. Now tell me what should you do, right? What
Okay.
kind of thing you are supposed to, which kind of service you are supposed to use. That kind
Mm.
of questions you are able to see. Then we will proceed further for the second day, or I can say
Second.
module 2, where we are going